Welcome to the Briceni Daily News channel. Watch the video to the end to find out the current and breaking news about the Russian war in Ukraine. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to be informed of the developments at the speed of light. The Russian missile attack was displayed on the territory of Moldova. While Russian missile attacks continue to be carried out against Ukraine, one of the missiles landed on Moldovan territory. While the incident was captured by local media at the time, an image of the missile falling on Moldovan territory was published. This time it was a missile that fell on the territory of Moldova, not Ukraine, while the Russian attacks continued. Information has come that the rocket that landed on Moldovan territory fell on the territory of the Briceni neighborhood. While the explanation of the incident was made by the Minister of Defense, the answer to the question that the answer was sought that it fell in the Briceni neighborhood was not delayed. It was confirmed by the Minister of Defense that the rocket fell on Moldovan territory. Inspectors and special services were working in the area where the rocket fell. The Briceni neighborhood became a region left in the northern part of Moldova, while it received its share of the remnants of the war. So much so that in the light of the newly obtained information, it was determined that one of the Russian missiles fell on Moldovan territory. Russian missile in the north of Briceni, Moldova. The Russian missile was noticed in the northern part of Briceni, Moldova, while there was a checkpoint in the city of Briceni and Briceni. The direction of the missiles was also turned during the attacks against Ukraine. When Russian missiles hit the territory of Ukraine, problems with electricity supply began to arise. New news about power outages has started to come from the state organization Moldelectrica. While Briceni was informed about this situation in the north of Moldova, the information that he landed with the impact of missiles was confirmed. While the war movements by Russia continue to be made continuously, it also causes some unexpected events to occur. So much so that one of the other important developments reflected in the frames was the appearance of missiles hitting Moldovan territory. This development experience has inevitably prepared the ground for the power outage problems in the region to come to light. The missiles that fell on the Briceni neighborhood prepared the ground for power outages in the region. The missile incident that caused the power outage in the region also instantly fell on the agenda like a bomb. The Russian missile that fell in the Briceni neighborhood caused the people of the region to be unable to use electricity for a while. Statement from Ukraine about the Russian missile attack. Explanations continue to come from the Ukrainian front about the Russian attacks. So much so that in the statement made, it was said that Russian forces had launched attacks to target the infrastructure. The Ukrainian government will not remain unresponsive to the attacks coming from the Russian front, and the new movement process will continue to start. The escalating tensions between the two states, which are escalating towards the rise, make us think about the point at which the event will evolve decisively. While they continue their attacks against each other without stopping, new attempts at war continue to gain momentum. Ukrainian infrastructures and important checkpoints are under target, especially by Russian forces. While Russian missiles were launched into the country without stopping, as a result of the impact of the missiles, an entry into Moldovan territory was inevitable. There was a power outage in Moldova. The length of the relationship between the Russian forces and Ukraine continues to increase more and more with each passing. In fact, it is a fact that he has had his share of these struggles in nearby regions. The difficult struggles experienced on both sides cannot pass without affecting the relatives of the region. Undoubtedly, it is possible to say that one of them is Moldova, which is stationed near the Ukrainian border. The Briceni neighborhood belonging to Moldova is one of the places located in the immediate northern part of Ukraine. Being in a close position to Ukraine, he naturally could not escape from the breezes of war. While the Russian forces continued to send their effective rockets to Ukraine, it was inevitable that the rockets would hit and fall on Moldovan Briceni territory. This situation did not escape the eyes of local news agencies, which are trying to follow the Ukrainian-Russian relations most closely. The warmest shares were made about the incident by local news media. He continues to show his influence in more ways with each passing time. Of course, this situation has started to be felt more clearly with the missile incident in Moldova. Intensive attempts launched by Russian forces led to the fact that rocket attacks continued throughout the day. While the rocket attacks by Russia continue unabated, a statement was made by the Russian forces about the incident. In particular, information was presented by the competent authorities regarding the rocket that fell in the Briceni neighborhood of Moldova. Accordingly, in line with the statements made by the Ministry of Defense, it was said that one of the Russian rockets fell on Moldovan territory. Thus, the accuracy of this information leaked to the media was confirmed. This situation was not only limited to this, but also led to the fact that power outages began to occur in Moldova. While the Moldovan people were saying hello to the day due to the rocket attack, the occurrence of power outages in the region also caused trouble. Statement from Moldova. Russian rocket attacks have led to power outages in the region. The statement from Moldova about the attacks launched by Russia was not delayed. According to the statement made accordingly, it was confirmed that one of the rockets launched by Russia towards the Ukrainian front hit its region. At the same time, the ongoing attacks by Russian forces and the subsequent rocket attacks prepared the ground for the emergence of electricity problems in the region. This situation in the Moldovan region has inadvertently prepared the ground for electricity-related outages to occur in a while. The unavailability of electricity for a while caused Moldovan citizens in the Briceni neighborhood, known as a place close to the border, to experience difficulties. While Russia's bending coups continue, it seems that Ukraine has no intention of giving up either. Both sides continue to demonstrate against each other. So much so that they are ready to do whatever it takes to destroy each other. In fact, the Russian forces, who are in trouble to hurry up as soon as possible, are looking to add strength to their power with the latest technological tools and rockets. Rocket attacks organized by Russian military units continue to be carried out on 5 cities of the Ukrainian country at once. Rocket attacks that are made sometimes lead to unsuccessful results as they hit the desired target points. Images of the unsuccessful outcome of one of the rocket attacks have surfaced. One of the rocket attacks that kept being sent to the Ukrainian side constantly caused him to wonder if falling on Moldovan territory would set things ablaze. However, as a result of the statement made about the process, the Ministry of Defense prepared the ground for making a statement that as a result of rocket collisions, Moldova caused it to fall into the Briceni neighborhood. The Russian-Ukrainian struggle continues at full throttle. One of the most important events that have influenced the world can undoubtedly be decried as the competition between Russia and Ukraine. Although the losses on both sides of the occupied countries have continued to increase more and more every day, none of them is taking a step back. In fact, on the contrary, this situation continues to become more serious every day. It is a mystery what kind of result will come out in the face of this event that has caused the world to stare involuntarily. But the only thing that is known is that both Ukraine and Russia are determined not to take a step back. It is affected by such ongoing fighting between Russian and Ukrainian in places located decently close to the region. It is possible to understand the traces of this more clearly with the rocket recently seen on Moldovan soil. As a matter of fact, this situation has even started to cause quite a lot of concern regarding the places close to the Ukrainian border, which we can say is a cause for concern. While the struggles between Russia and Ukraine continue to walk at full speed, he continues to monitor this situation that is happening in close places, taking it under close decipherment. Russia fired rockets at Ukraine, Moldova got its share. Russia fired rockets at Ukraine, but Moldova got its share. The intensifying activity on the Ukrainian-Russian side, which has entered into an intense period of struggle, continues actively. There were multiple rocket attacks by Russia on 5 Ukrainian cities. Moreover, it was inevitable that one of the rocket attacks hit Moldova, which is known as the region close to Ukraine. Continuous rocket attacks on 5 cities caused the ground to be prepared for rocket collisions. While the rockets continue to be launched incessantly, it can also cause some of them to drift towards places close to Ukraine. We have seen a close example of all this in these days, which caused one of the rockets sent by the Russian side to fall on Moldova. The revenge attacks launched from the Russian front continue to make Ukraine a target, while on the one hand causing it to take its share in nearby regions. Is the Russian-Ukrainian war spilling over to Moldova? While the tension between Russia and Ukraine is reaching the line stage, it is a matter of curiosity whether there will be situations such as a deceased to Moldova. In fact, research continues to be carried out at full speed by many intelligence agencies in order to access new up-to-date information on the subject. The war alarm, which continues to become more and more violent day by day, especially between the two states, also concerns the states in the immediate region. Naturally, one of the issues that will cause a question mark in the minds is how will this ongoing struggle between Russia and Ukraine lead to a decision which places in the nearby regions will take. As one of the issues discussed on the agenda, it is also being discussed whether the third and even the fourth intervention forces will enter the Russian-Ukrainian relationship. Just as there is no complete certainty about the situation yet, a waiting process is currently continuing to be carried out at full speed. In fact, follow-ups are always made regarding the process and what kind of development will be experienced. It starts to be followed from moment to moment. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to be informed of the developments at the speed of light.